girls, they're ever reading.
Ever in books, bookworms. What's wrong with them? What's wrong? Check. Look at what she's dressing.
Check you.
Excuse me.
Stand up, please.
Please excuse me. I'm
What?
used to books and you're used
Books,
to
books.
dance.
No, get a break to your brain, please.
Yeah, of course.
You need some
books.
books.
Charlotte and Rebecca, you are our friends, but
No,
we
listen
are...
to the good news, please. Dancing has no problem, eh? There is no problem with dancing, my friend.
I know, but we should also value the books.
Books, yes, you also read, eh? Haven't you seen us read, eh?
You read, but you're not that too serious.
Too serious? Which kind of serious do you want?
Of course, we are your friends,
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
want
yeah.
us on your
Please,
tunes.
eh? Hey, come we go and dance.
If you want us to remain your friends, do your things and let us do our things.
Friends with your books.
Yeah, with our books.
Go on
We
with
are
your
saying
books.
no to your dancing.
Go on with your books.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm waiting for the next president, eh?
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay, thank you very much, Team Charlotte and Team Tracy. That was well done. I think very many young people out there now during this pandemic and even at school, or even some of them are planning to actually do it tomorrow, are going through what we have just seen now. Some friends of yours are pulling you into a different thing, but for you, because your parents or because of the knowledge you picked from one of the teachers or from one of the people visiting your school or visitors or organizations or anything, you're saying, I want to concentrate in my books. It is very important for young people to resist peer pressure, especially if it's negative peer influence. If you feel or you think whatever your friends want you to do is not right, you either have to consult your parent or someone you trust or a friend of yours than just going with them because they have actually told you that dancing is good and you're going to have fun, you know, books will only budge your head. It is very, very important that we have peer resistance as young people, and that relates back to the other life skills that we have looked at. So I am also going to talk about the skill of conflict resolution. It is also a very vital skill for young people as we develop into adults, as we make decisions in our day-to-day life. Very many of us have challenges. Which challenges stem from the bullying and teasing that happens in schools. Very many young people have actually, not very many, but some of them have left school because of bullying and teasing. You go into a school, you're new, and then someone beats you up or they say, I don't like you. That brings down your self-esteem as a young person. But the point is we should not lose hope, or we should not stop believing in ourselves because they have actually insulted us or pulled us down. So the skill of non-conflict resolution should be, it comes into play where this young person could either now report, you could share with a friend who you trust, and you never know, that friend could be capable of saying, why do you beat your friend? Or it is not good to do this and this. And that means you're going to be helped. If that has not helped you, then you're able to move the case to other people. It could be your guardians or your parents or even the school administration. It could even be a matron, and then they help you resolve that conflict. But we are saying as a young person as well, it is important that we develop that skill because you're able to stand your ground, and it comes or it relates much with the skills of knowing and living with self, because then you know who you are. Whatever insults or abuses or weaknesses people are going to point out, you're aware of them and you're even trying to work on some of those weaknesses that we have. So it is very important to have a skill of conflict resolution. How do we resolve conflicts? How do we sort out those small challenges or misunderstandings that we have at home, at school, and in other places that we spend most of our time? Lastly, we are going to look at the last category of life skills, and that is the skills of effective decision making. When we are looking at decision making, I normally say it begins with the little decisions that we make. It begins with the little decisions that we make. I am going to ask a question to a few of you. Who chose what you were wearing today, or how did you decide to wear what you're wearing? Let's hear from Shobi.
Today I didn't want to be too casual and I didn't want to be too formal, so that's how I chose how I dress.
Thank you very much. Let's hear from the neighbor, Herbert.
Well, today, since I was going to be with my peers and fellow young people, I wanted to look more casual, yeah.
She's saying she did not want to be very formal and she didn't want to be very casual, so that is why she is dressed the way she dressed. Meaning she thought about how she is going to present herself amidst other people. And he's saying he wanted to look more friendly or very approachable to the rest of the young people that he was going to meet. That means he thought about what he was going to wear. And we see a sense of decision, or we see a level of decision making in what they're sharing. Who else can share? Yes, Terry.
Okay, since it's a Monday, I wanted to be a little bit formal, like to look smart and to look like I'm ready for work.
Okay, thank you very much. That is very important. Someone is already attributing to themselves that they were going for work. That is very good. I think it is very important for even the young people that are watching us to decide on what they are going to wear because of the particular settings or the people they are going to interface, because that is very important. She says she's dressed the way she's dressed because she was going to work or she was going to be part of a class, and she thought being part of a class requires me to be formal. However much she's calling it a little formal, but I think she's very formal and very presentable. So decision making is very, very important for us as young people. The decisions that we make in life determine our next lives or determine our future. Some young people out there have been manipulated. I think we all watch TV, don't we? We have listened to the news where some young people have actually gotten pregnant, and it came from simple decisions of, let me buy you a sweet, or someone has been given a chapati. Some people have been given phones, and they're very excited. But as a young person who has knowledge about life skills, as a young person who knows their sexuality, who knows your rights, are you going to say, let me take up the chapati or let me take up the smartphone? That smartphone might cost you a lot. And the next thing we see a Terry that cannot be a Sudhiru Pareria because she looks at him as his role model. She wants to be a businesswoman. Meaning if you do not follow his steps or even other better steps, you're not going to be able to achieve what you want. Because of this decision of wanting a smartphone at 16 years, or this decision of wanting to eat a chapati, which chapati is only 500, that is going to cost the rest of your future. So within life skills, we also have a few different skills. There are normally 4 skills. And the first one is the critical thinking. Who wants to share with us what they think critical thinking is? We want the young person out there to understand what we mean by thinking critically. Who is willing? Jotham, do you want to say something?
I think critical decision making, it's the ability to evaluate the situation you're in and to act accordingly.
Thank you very much. I wish the young people watching us could actually clap from wherever they are, because he says it is evaluating, analyzing whatever you're thinking about. If you wanted to be formal, she's dressed in a skirt and a blouse. She thought about it. I am going to a workplace that has different people. I think it is important that I wear this skirt, this length, and these kinds of shoes. she was trying to assess the environment. So it is very important for young people out there, before they give you a chapati, before they give you a Rolex, before they give you a smartphone, to ask yourself some question of what is the cost attached to the smartphone they are giving me. Because they might give you a smartphone, at the end of the day, you also come with a baby. And we see a child with another, meaning Uganda will never develop. Because the poverty cycle will just continue, and the dependency level will also just grow. So critical thinking is really important. Just try to assess, is what I'm doing right? If it is not right, you go and consult. That is very important for everyone that is watching us today. We also have a skill of creative thinking, and creative thinking is very, very important. One time someone said that young people today do not want to think creatively. Everything is brought to our plate. But it is very important that we also think for ourselves. And it is also very important for the parents and guardians out there to know that if my girl has some element of some talent, let me say singing or playing football or anything, am I able to support them? Or you're going to keep saying, Banange, music is bad. Music is bad, you know. I have a cousin who wants to be a DJ. He has always wanted to be a DJ, but the parents think that is bad. For us, we are saying that is perhaps a talent that you may need to nurture and also add on to the other things so that this young person can do what they want to do, but also concentrate on their books. The more we pull them down, the more we have people that are demotivated, people who are shy, whose self-esteem is very low, and they cannot do lots of things.